life is not a pretty picture. You know, you're under stress from the day you're born. And just think about when you're a baby. You know, the doctors there, I get a kick out of it. Oh, so-and-so doctor delivered the baby. And I thought, well, if the doctor wasn't there, if the doctor's delivering the baby, why is the mother there?
Yeah, right. What's her job, right?
Well, the thing about it is, you know, a baby has one defense and one defense only. And that defense is to cry. And that cry is not only to signal to intelligent life that I need attention, it also prevents the baby from dying of SIDS. And people, how is that? Well, first of all, they have this thing about, the Big Bang Theory. We're a product of evolution. Then we have the story of creation. And it's been a battle all through life. Think about it, right? If there wasn't intelligent life when that baby was born, that baby would die. The doctor's got to be there to help deliver. And don't forget, years ago, I remember back years ago that women would go to other people's houses and then women would help a woman have a baby.
A midwife.
That's the way it was. And I watched some of the videos, and when they cut the cord, they put a C-clamp on one side of the umbilical cord, a C-clamp on the other side, and then they cut between the two C-clamps to eliminate any chance of contamination. It's safer. It's very important that you learn more and more as you get older. I lived on a dairy farm all my life, and I noticed every once in a while a cow would have a calf, and the calf would come backwards. The leg would come first and the head last. And just about every time we pulled the calf out backwards, it pulled the intestines right out with it. So what I always did, I kept a surgical knife, and as soon as I seen that cord come out, I'd cut it. I'd cut it because it's not coming out the correct way. You know, and giving birth, you know, it all started back in Genesis there. God told Eve that, you know, he's going to increase birth pains and all that kind of thing, you know. Anyway, I want to talk about SIDS some more, because I feel that if you apply absolute physical laws into what's really going on, you can start to understand what SIDS really is. And at the time of the flood, God switched the spirit from perpetual motion to internal combustion. He said his spirit will no longer dwell in man. That spirit's going to be everywhere but in man. And you have to eat food. In other words, the seeds harvest the spirit, and it's governed from the sun. In other words, it says when motion, the science defines life as something that must have motion, and that heat will always be present. And theoretically, it starts at absolute zero. And then man decided that, well, we're going to put this mercury inside a tube, put numbers beside it, and we're going to measure. We're going to measure how much heat's in the water. But it's not heat they're measuring. There's no such thing as heat. There's no such thing as electric. Matter of fact, in Daniel 12:4, God says to Daniel, Daniel, keep this prophecy a secret. Seal it up until the time of the end, when knowledge and travel shall be increased. So God's telling not only Daniel, but who he's really telling is Ben Franklin. Because Ben Franklin discovered what we call electricity. But God said keep things a secret. So what God did is allow us to use the wrong terminology.